welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
The United States is in a heated battle with Russian and pro-Assad allied forces today, as they are now claiming not only that the United States strikes on a Syrian airbase crossed red lines, but that any further aggression will be responded to in kind. United States Secretary of State Rex Tillerson isn't backing down, however, taking aim at Russia for its inaction in preventing the latest chemical weapons attack in Idlib that killed over 30 of them children. Thursday's missile strike was the first time that the United States directly struck Assad's forces. Though the rebel groups praised what could be a turning point in the bloody 6-year war, the Joint Command Center from Assad's allies released a statement saying, quote, "What America waged in an aggression on Syria is a crossing of red lines. From now on, we will respond with force to any aggressor or any breach of red lines from whoever it is, and America knows our ability to respond well." The Joint Command is in part made up of Russian, Iranian, Syrian, and Hezbollah forces. Stopping short of accusing Russia directly, Secretary of State Tillerson did assert that Russia would have to take a step back from Assad's inner circle, because, quote, "every time one of these horrific attacks occurs, it draws Russia closer into some level of responsibility." Today, dozens of protesters gathered outside the United Nations office in Damascus to protest the United States missile attack on a Syrian airbase. Protesters held banners and chanted "Death to America" and "Death to Israel." One protester, university student Ashraf Fadel, told reporters that he had come to denounce, quote, "the unjust American aggression against Syria," end quote, adding that the United Nations was, quote, "created to support America instead of serving the wronged people," end quote. The United States, Israel, and most of the Western world blame Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad for the chemical weapons attack in the northern Syrian province of Idlib. The attack left 86 dead, including at least 30 children. In retaliation to the attack, the United States launched 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles at a Syrian military airbase suspected of carrying out the attack. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the Egypt church bombings that have left at least 37 dead. The first attack took place earlier this afternoon at a Coptic church just north of Cairo, followed by a second coordinated attack at a church in the coastal city of Alexandria just hours later. Egyptian security officials believe that the second blast was meant to target Egyptian Coptic leader Pope Tawadros II. A church official said that Pope Tawadros had left the church shortly before the attack. The two terrorist acts were the latest in a series of attacks against Egypt's Christian minority carried out by the Islamic State and taking place just weeks before Pope Francis is expected to visit the North African country. The attacks garnered widespread condemnation from Israel, France, and the United States, as well as from various Muslim organizations within Egypt. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wished the injured a speedy recovery and said that, quote, "the world has to come together and fight terrorism everywhere," end quote. Deputy Foreign Minister Tzipi Hotovely also released a similar statement saying that the Jewish state is ready to assist Egypt after the attack, quote, "against the forces of evil," end quote. An Ethiopian Israeli soldier who was beaten by police 2 years ago seeks to block a plea deal that would exonerate his attacker. On Thursday, Damas Pakada filed a petition with the High Court of Justice against Attorney General Avichai Mandelblit and the Justice Ministry's Police Internal Investigations Department to prevent the plea deal, which would find the police officer innocent of all criminal charges against him. Pakada wishes to see his attacker indicted for causing serious injury with racist motivation, as well as obstruction of justice. 2 years ago, a video camera recorded an officer beating Pakada, then 21, at the central city of Holon. The incident reawakened anger within the Ethiopian community over perceived institutional discrimination and set off a series of rallies in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv against police brutality. Pakada has said that he was riding his bicycle when he noticed 2 police officers cordoning off a street in Holon because of a suspicious-looking package. During the following interaction, the officers threatened to shoot him in the head, saying, quote, "I'm doing my job, and if I need to put a bullet in your head, I would do it. I'm proud of my job." Several officers then detained Pakada, arresting him for assault, but later dropped all charges once the video footage was released. In August, Israeli Police Commissioner Roni Alsheikh apologized after saying that it was natural for officers to be suspicious of Ethiopian Israelis. Today, an Israeli tourist has been fatally wounded in an attempted mugging in the Spanish city of Barcelona. The man had been vacationing with his family when he collapsed, trying to stop a would-be mugger from taking his suitcase. Spanish police have begun an investigation into the incident. The Israeli Foreign Ministry has released a statement saying that the embassy in Madrid is assisting the family in returning the body to Israel for burial.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.